am the Guerrilla Grower. Let's get serious. Your bodies and your minds cannot flourish and thrive without the acids in the oils of cannabis. Our brains have built special receptors for THC. When cannabis is missing or deficient in the diet, deficiency diseases develop. The symptoms include eczema-like skin eruptions, loss of hair, liver degeneration, behavioral disturbances, kidney degeneration, excessive water loss through the skin accompanied by thirst, drying up of glands, susceptibility to infections, failure of wound healing, sterility in males, miscarriage in females, arthritis, heart and circulatory problems, and retardation of growth. Prolonged absence from the diet is fatal. The symptoms of deficiency include retardation of growth, weakness, impairment of vision and learning ability, motor incoordination, tingling in arms and legs, and behavioral changes. There are laws that infringe on your rights to thrive and flourish. It's the lack of cannabis in the body that causes brain damage and is causing damage to your immune system. It's the lack of cannabis that has this nation's healthcare out of control. The lack of cannabis in the body is lethal. What has more THC? A pound of skunk number 1, or a quarter pound of G-13, crossed with hash plant. Some of the best sounding strains are the least potent. If you are going to be in the THC business, then you need to focus on the THC percentages. Some buds produce 5% THC, and others produce over 30% THC. Are you sure you only want to grow 5 pounds of THC and not 30 pounds of THC? If you grew 100 pounds of cannabis, that is what you would end up with. Some weed sells for $50 an ounce, and some sell for $1,000 an ounce. Find out what sells for the most. It's not the 5% skunk, but you are close. If I grew 100 plants that produced 2 pounds each, how much hash would I end up with? If I grew 5% THC, I would end up with about 10 pounds of hash. If I grew 30% THC, I would end up with 60 pounds of hash for the same amount of work. Which is worth more? 10 pounds of hash or 60 pounds of hash? When THC and size counts, when it's all about THC, potency, and plant weight, size, 1 pound plants, or 5 pound monsters, you need to visit marijuanapotency.blogspot.com. Visit our web page to see how much THC your bud will produce. Keep coming back. We will keep you updated. We have a list of the world's most potent strains and their THC percentages. We also have a list of the fattest and fastest in the world. You can find the world's biggest or smallest, fattest or fastest, and a list of those strains over 20% THC at our site. Your best choice then is come to marijuanapotency.blogspot.com. You will be blessed with the best cannabis wisdom the world has to offer. There is a lot of work in guerrilla growing cannabis in the bush, so if you are going to be working like a dog, only makes sense to grow the most potent there is out there. Why would you want to work hard and grow 8% THC when you could spend less money on seeds and get something that produces over 20% THC? In the end, you could end up with 8 pounds of pure THC or 20 pounds of pure THC. Knowing what to grow is just as important has how to grow. Make sure that you come to educate yourself at marijuanapotency.blogspot.com, and you can find out what 3-foot cannabis plant has a super potent fat bud. We cannot live our life in fear, and there should be no reason to. So help change the world one bud at a time. It's easier to grow cannabis than to choose the most potent, fattest, and fastest cannabis strain to fit your garden. Rich men come from college. Really rich men come from the library. Please come see what I have to teach. There is 1,000 links that lead you to the best website to do the job. Learn the most potent, the fattest, the fastest, the biggest, and the smallest. Learn the highest THC level and the lowest THC level. I think the goal is to guerrilla grow the most THC that your space will allow. ID is all about THC. Please enter the biggest bud shoot and help find the ultra super hyper potent super bud. Watch for more videos about clothes. Come see where you can find the G-13 clone and how it's shipped right to your house. If it's not feeling good to everybody involved, then it's abuse. Come hang out a while and meet the whiz. Thanks. I am the Guerrilla Grower.